Just a quick overview of a couple of 500 series that I've got in my collection that I've not shown you before. So this one is a rarity, well, relative rarity to me anyway. This is from the 1980s and it's an Electrolux 517, which would have been a special, unique to a particular seller. I don't know who. I don't think it was Curry's, but it could have been. I actually don't know. I've taken a stab that it's not electricity board and it's not the Co-op, because I know the Co-op had a 520 that was around in the late 80s in a grey. Curry's I think had a 522, which I don't have, but I don't know how late that ran. I know they're around sort of 86-ish, 85, 86. This one is dated from 1988. It's week 12 of 1988. And it's an odd one because it's late 80s, but it's got the old style hood that we'd see on the 500, 502 and 502S. Also on the 520, which was the Co-op one. And I've shown you that before. So yeah, no height control or anything like that. No bells and whistles. Just this plain design. At the back, we've got our suction control there, but it's pretty much similar as you would see on those older models. We've gone to black and grey now with the underside, black sole plate and grey brush roll. And the brush strips that go into it are the same as you would have for a 504, 502S, 502 and 500. So slightly shorter than say a 560. But yeah, it's got a nice chunky bag clip in plastic. The only feature is an on-off switch, which is now on the top of the bag housing. Cable comes out the back here rather than from the handle. And the handle itself is nice and chunky. And we have an interesting colour scheme of a sort of custody caramel with blue trims. So this bit's blue, this drain relief, and cable release / cord hook at the top is blue. It's in pretty good condition. It's got a few little bumps and things, but nothing major. No big chunks taken out of it, which is quite good. It was pretty dirty when I got it. I got it from eBay, of course. Gave it a clean up, put it through the bath. See, we've got the original bag in there. I have actually put a donut on there, but I don't think I need it because the seal is at the top. And I've explained before, when you have the light that illumines when the suction is blocked off or the bag's getting full, this actually hampers it. But just for the sake of sticking one in there, I've stuck one in there, as you do. But yeah, it's pretty much the same. I won't take that out, but it's the usual fixed filter screwed in that you can wash with a top front filter, as I call them, that fits the shape inside that you can replace. It says every 3 to 4 months. I don't know if anybody ever did that. They definitely didn't with this one because it was filthy. I didn't save it like you can do. I had a spare, so I chucked that one away. Now the only problem, slight problem, is the motor has got a very, very worn spindle, so there's a bit of belt drift. So when it runs, and it sounds okay, but you could smell the rubber. I'd put an original genuine Electrolux belt in, and because they're proper decent rubber, possibly made it by Dunlop or somebody, I don't know, there was a really strong smell. So I've swapped it out for a pattern one because they're a bit more plasticky or waxy. They don't smell as bad. I thought it was going to do any damage or the belt's not going to last as long. I'd rather it be a pattern belt rather than a genuine decent one. So it's fine, it runs, but you'll hear a bit of a squeak when it slows down. So over time, that belt will snap, but it's not too bad. Just give it a quick blast. Sounds all right. there you go. So that sort of squeaking in horror, it's not that it's badly faulty, it's just there's a bit of belt drift. If I can get hold of a replacement 550 watt motor, I will do, but it's not going to get much use. Every now and again, I can live with that. It does a good job. Suction's quite good. Toolkit at the time would have been this. Definitely this. Possibly this. But if we don't want to use that, we can use a good old fanny. So, quite a nice one. So I'm happy to have that. Now, I've also picked up recently, thanks to Hoover Master Jackson, this one. This is a 521. So it's another exclusive, and again, not quite sure where this was from. It's a twin turbo, as the other one is, but I don't know if you can read that on there. It's a twin turbo special. And I've realised that all of these twin turbos at this time in the 80s, they all had their own sort of name. I've got to try and work out which one's which because I've forgotten. I think the 522 was called Twin Turbo Edge Brushing, but I haven't got one to show you, but I'm sure I've seen it on the instruction booklet. Then we've got obviously Electronic Deluxe, which is the blue one, Twin Turbo Super, which is a 551, and I think there's a 525 as well, which is very, very plain, but I don't know what that's called, and I can't find any documentation on it, so if anybody knows, please tell me. This one is a little bit later. It's from 1989, week 24, and again, just an on-off switch, and even though it's a different shaped head, so it takes a longer brush strip, like 560, 550, there's no height control, so it's very, very basic. So it's the equivalent of that 517. So unless wherever they sold that, it got replaced with this, it's a possibility, but I don't know. So any experts out there, please tell me. Underneath, again, black plate, grey roller. Wheels are a bit worn on this one. It's seen some action. It has got a little chip on here, you might be able to see. And the suction thing was broken, so I've replaced it with one off an old 502. Nobody's gonna know. Just don't tell anybody. You know, it works the same. It's absolutely fine. We have got some interesting writing on the handle, for prettiness sake. The cord storage hook is almost the same colour as the machine. I don't know if this is actually the right colour. If I lower it down, I think I can see a bit of a difference, but not much of one, so we're not too far out really. But I'd love to know where this was sold. This one did come with that toolkit, and actually I don't like them, but I've found they're quite good as a wall brush for dusting. So with SIBO you get quite a long dusting wall brush. This one isn't too bad, but give me the flying fanny any day. But yeah, I'll quickly plug this in just so you can see it. But there's nothing really too fancy to explain on these. They're both pretty similar, very basic. I've heard it said that this skims the carpet a bit too much. I think probably the other one does as well, but I don't have new brush strips to put in here, so it really does skim. It's not too bad. In fact, flip her up, you might be able to see. Yeah, you can sort of see how worn these are. They've certainly given their money's worth, but there's a bit of life left in them yet. But beggars can't be choosers. If some ever become available on eBay, hopefully I'll be able to pick some more up. But yeah, let me just plug her in quickly. Just give it a quick blast. It's more so that you can hear that the motor sounds okay. Right. switch her on. I always find it strange going down to the bag to turn it on. Yeah, that sounds alright. No frills, but then no disasters either. Suction's quite good. It's not too bad on the tools. And you can't tell in here, in this light on this carpet, but it has actually done a bit of grooming action. So there is a bit of life left in these brush strips. But yeah, that's just a couple of them, just to show you. I think perhaps the next thing I'll do, I haven't done a proper demo of my 502S. I love my 502S. So at some point when I've got more time and I need to do a bit more cleaning, I'll do an in-use demo of that. And this one will live with all these others here. I need to organise this room a bit better. But yeah, just a quick rundown of the 521 and the 517. Nice little additions to my ever growing, but hopefully slowing down in the growth collection.